Being a Methodist preacher, you moved into lots of different houses in different situations. We moved to Sardis down in the country in Gaffney. It was a small house because it wasn't but me and my wife and two children at that time. And out there we tried to do lots of our own repair work and so forth. So I went up in the loft one time to try to find out where a leak was in the house so I could report it to the trustees so they could get something done. And I was walking across the rafters up in the loft, and all of a sudden my foot slipped off and I fell through the ceiling. So I not only had to tell the trustees that the roof was leaking, but I had to tell them that the ceiling needed to be put back up too. But thank goodness it was just a hole in it, and so they could patch it pretty good. But that's quite an experience to feel yourself fall through a ceiling like that. After living in Gaffney, we moved to Clifton, South Carolina, and it was a two-story house. Really, I thought in bad shape, especially since we just left a new house in Gaffney. We moved over there, and it must have been 100 degrees hot in the middle of June, and the preacher over there had not even started moving out stuff, so we had to sit out in the yard until he got everything moved out. And then when he got everything moved out, my movers started moving us in. And there were several things wrong with the house. First of all the beds upstairs, the preacher's family had left them. The mattresses was wet where the babies had laid on them. So we had to try to get something done about that. The second thing was that there was no air conditioning. And Barbara was pregnant at the time with Tiffany, and so coming again from a new house to that was a quite adjustment. And Reverend Tom Wilkes came by to see how we was adjusting to the new place, and he saw the need for air conditioning. He went to one of the members and told him, said, I want an air conditioner put in the window for that lady over there before the sun goes down. Well, we didn't get it before the sun went down, but we got it before the sun went down the next day. But one of the things that really was bad was Barbara had gone into the kitchen to wash some plates and so forth so we could fix something to eat, and she ran the sink full of water. And of course, she washed the dishes, and we had already had a sandwich. And when she pulled the plug out of the sink, all the water ran out on the feet. And found out that you had to put a bucket up under the sink to catch the water, and then throw it out the back door. So that got fixed the next day too. But that's just some of the conditions you run into when you move into a parsonage, because you understand you're moving in the same day that somebody else is moving out. So there's no way they can get it cleaned up or anything other than just pick at it. But that was terrible. Well, we stayed in that house about 2 years, and then they bought another house up on Bonanza Drive, which was really nice, and we enjoyed living there. We stayed there probably 5 or 6 years in that house. We enjoyed it. It was a good place.